welcome back. You join me driving Gilles Villeneuve's Ferrari 312 T2 around historic Kyalami at sunset. That's sort of a lie. You're actually watching me drive a Lotus 79 that has been made to look like Gilles Villeneuve's 1978 Ferrari. It's part of the F1 1978 season livery pack shared by Alain Fry over at Overtake GG, which reskins the Formula Retro Gen 2 cars, along with the Lotus 79, the Brabham BT46B and BT49, so you can race with the full grid of the 1978 Formula 1 World Championship, and a hell of a lot of fun it is too. We're going to jump into a 10-lap race in a moment, but for now I'm just going to do a bit of aura farming at sunset around Kyalami. Before we jump into things, you may have seen my post earlier this week that a little bit of an apology for how slow things have been. It's been documented on the channel that I've had a bit of a life change, adjusting to a new job, which I'm really enjoying, but is also very tiring getting up to speed, and I'm just exhausted. I'm recording this after a day at work, and having recorded this footage as well that you're seeing, and the spirit is willing, but the body is weak and spongy. So yeah, it's just a bit of an adjustment, a temporary one as I get up to speed with things, which also hasn't been helped by, as you might have guessed from this very shiny looking footage, I've moved to a new PC, which is why AMS2 is looking the best it ever has on this channel. And it's so exciting for me. It's opening up a whole new world of games that I've kind of partially experienced in a slightly pixelated way, but now I'm going to get to play them, I feel like, in a more full-bodied way, and be able to record the experiences too for more stuff on the channel. So this video is sort of a promise of more varied things to come. Now, I'll pick that up in a second, but these are the results from qualifying, and as you can see, the Brabhams are very clear at the front, and that's because the BT46B was the infamous fan car, which in real life only ran one race, the 1978 Swedish Grand Prix, and Lauda won at a canter. So these cars are going to be much better than the rest of the field, so it's really important I try and get past them early and see if I can hold them behind me. We get a good launch, and immediately yeah, some things never change. Just couldn't control the wheel spin into the wall, and we drop a couple of places. We have Patrick Depailler coming around the outside of us in the Tyrrell, under braking into turn 1, and we go a little bit sideways, oh, we're just about hanging out there. That is a very Gilles Villeneuve start to the race. We drop 3 places. Watson is already leading in one Brabham. Lauda is about to get past Peterson, I imagine, per second. And in fact he already has, which means our job in this Ferrari is to try and get onto the final podium place, because the front 2 cars are too quick for us to catch. And if you aren't keeping up with 2026 Formula 1, don't bother, because that's basically what it is at the moment. It's just an interesting recreation of that, us trying to get our Ferrari into best of the rest. Decent exit out in the final corner, alongside Depailler. It's going to be really important to be tucked up behind the car for this long straight, as the slipstream will be very helpful. And in fact, Depailler is going to use it against us now. Approaching to turn 1. I don't know if it's the AI or if it's how I'm driving these cars, but I feel like the AI are carrying a lot more speed on entry than me. But as a result, I'm getting much better exit speed. Depailler there, though, making a mistake getting on the inside of the curve, so we get a bit of a let off there. He's going to go back into the jaws of the real 1978 world champion Mario Andretti, and now it's up to us to try and catch Peterson and Lafitte ahead, who are duelling. Peterson in the Lotus 79, Lafitte in the Ligier, but for the purposes of this particular mod, also in the Lotus 79 technically, under the hood. The Brabhams are already tearing off into the distance. Unless Watson and Lauda get a little bit too vivacious fighting each other, don't think we'll see much of them. For now, the focus is Peterson and Lafitte. So yeah, as mentioned in the intro, apologies for things slowing down a little bit. Just had to be done. Just needed to kind of take the time to adjust and get up and running in the new job. Really enjoying it, but like I say, very tiring. There's a lot on my plate. I'm the only one in my department, if you like, at the moment. I'm kind of setting a lot of things up, which is really exciting in its own way, but it's just a lot to kind of get on top of. So yeah, I've needed to kind of focus and just, when I've got home and otherwise maybe in the past jumped on to do some video stuff for the channel, I've had to just be honest with myself and be like, no, I'm too tired. I don't want to force it and put out things that are, you know, not as good, that I'm not as passionate about. It might have contributed to my particularly short views in the recent Toka video. But other than that, yeah, I've just given myself a wide berth on that. I know I need to adjust, but like I say, only temporary. And not helped with the PC move as well, because as great as it is to have new hardware, obviously on my old PC, I had everything set up. I had all my software, all my presets, all my files. So moving things across and making sure I've got everything so I can kind of continue on with the series that I've started with, you know, as if there was no kind of sudden change or interruption. It's taken a little bit of prep work. Happy to report that all is fine, all is there. Formula 199 and Toka will continue as planned. All my OBS settings should be fine, so it's, you know, it's not going to all of a sudden look like a completely different channel. Maybe some slight improvements in quality because of the better hardware, but other than that, should be able to crack on as normal. Hopefully bring back the streams at some point as well. Want to do more stuff around Indy 500 and Le Mans as always. Bring back the Formula 1 1995 season PS1 game to try the Moreno wet season again, which was a lot of fun last year. And then streams doing random stuff like this, which I think would be a lot of fun as well. Because like I say, the new PC opens up just a whole new world of sim racing for me. Like I played AMS2 before, but I had to turn things down. Couldn't really record it as well. Same with ACC. Same with the original Assetto Corsa, so I've messed about with it a lot, but not really dived into so many of the like amazing mods that exist for that. So I'd love to be able to kind of experience that a little bit more. Might buckle for Le Mans Ultimate at some point. I did get it in early access for my old PC and tried to optimize it, and it was awful. Even things at the lowest possible, it just wasn't smooth at all. Terribly optimized game in my experience. So yeah, might come back to that, but I'm going to wait for a Steam sale and see where we go with that. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not going to abandon all the other games as well. This isn't just me suddenly going, oh, I can now play all the modern sim racing games. Buy old games? No, because those games are still fantastic in their own right, and it means I will still be able to enjoy NR 2003, GTR2, Race 07 in all their glory, and I'm looking forward to picking up things with that, because those games are just fantastic. I also, at some point, need to take the plunge with, for me, the two big white whales, not white whales, elephants in the room, shall we say, which would be Richard Burns Rally and F1 Challenge. Absolutely need to dive into them. I mean, to be fair, they're not the only ones. I've been putting off doing more on GP2, trying GP4, doing stuff on GT Legends. There's so much and not enough time. But at least hardware is not going to be a blocker for me anymore. So, loads more to come. I've got a video back in Formula 197 in the works, which I just need to buckle down and edit. And a couple of long-form stuff, which was teased to the members in a members-only update earlier in the year. And again, a big thank you to all of the channel members. Some have been members for up to 6 months now. That's insane. But regardless of how long you've been a member, if you've been a member and left, rejoined, not rejoined, never been a member, if you've just watched, as ever, thank you so much for your support. It means the world that people enjoy what I put out, and yeah, I'm very grateful indeed. Thank you. Now, Yap Sesh interrupted as I've managed to get past Lafitte using the slipstream on the main straight and cut in between the two into turn 1, and now I'm going after Ronnie Peterson. Now, throughout the course of the race so far, I've been finding that if I can really take a slower entry through the S's, I can slingshot much better out of turn 7 and be tucked right up under the rear wing from the exit of Leocop. And because of this big run through the kink all the way down to turn 1 Crowthorne, it puts me in the perfect place to go the inside past Ronnie Peterson up to 3rd. Swing back onto the racing line. I think we've got enough of a slingshot that Peterson's not going to come back at us. Although we just look at the closing speed. Like I say, don't know whether it's the AI or how I'm driving these cars, and I've maybe not quite adjusted to the style needed yet. But yeah, the closing speed on entry, I'm quite slow. Like again, as we approach sunset, they close right up at the first part, but then I'm able to apply the power on exit a little bit earlier. And then same again in Clubhouse. I'm really tentative coming in, and you can see, I found it so easy through Clubhouse to leave the braking a little bit too late, and then find it really hard to recover from there. And find myself in that gravel a lot of times in practice. They're quite unforgiving cars if you miss your braking point. At least that's what I'm finding anyway. I know my setup probably isn't the best. Locking up a wheel, very costly. And also, because of the power in these cars, I find that I'm quite tentative in putting the power down. If you put the throttle on a little bit too early, the on-throttle understeer you get is quite something. So I'm still very tentative in these cars. I'm still learning them. I'd not really driven this era of F1 car. I don't think I've ever driven them before. That's what I mean, immediately just trying these new things in this game. As you can see, it's a little bit wide there. Just nursing the car around. I'm not really built up a gap here. Peterson and Lafitte have come with me. And we're going to go on to the final lap now. Almost 15 seconds up to the Brabhams. Lauda and Watson, I think, have just been trading places down the start-finish straight every single lap. Lauda leading. We cross the line. Just under a second to Peterson behind us. Andretti has cleared Depailler, as has our teammate Carlos Reutemann in the other Ferrari. And as we come round the final lap, this was just so much fun. It's so immersive. Like, I'm not like wearing a VR headset. I don't have a 3-screen setup. I just have one decent sized screen in front of me and some headphones. But that alone, with a smooth experience in cockpit view, with the sound of these cars, oh, so much fun. And I can't wait to fire around in Group C cars, in touring cars, new and old. Just looking forward to having a little bit of a mess around, fun little combinations. Cannot wait. Also want to mess around with the IMSA cars as well. Become an LMP2 dentist. But for now, we finish where we started and hang on in our Ferrari for 3rd place. And there is confirmation of the results. Niki Lauda winning by 0.06 of a second from teammate John Watson. The one time the BT46B did race, Lauda was the winner by over 30 seconds. Watson ended up retiring, but I wager that if he hadn't, it probably would have been a comfortable 1-2 for them that day as well. We come home third ahead of Ronnie Peterson and Jacques Lafitte, teammate Carlos Reutemann in 7th. So, as ever, a huge thank you for watching both this video and indeed the channel. An extra special thank you to channel members, because now I'm back in steady employment, and hopefully remain steady, I can return to the mantra of every bit of money that is brought in from the channel goes back into the channel. Mainly going to be focusing on paying for this PC I've just bought. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, for all your support and your patience as I kind of go through these changes. But Formula 199 TOCA will be resuming as normal, and loads of stuff on the way from a plethora of different games and different generations now as well. Can't wait to explore more. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.